PYFL All-Star Youth Football is presented by Nationwide Insurance. Contact your local agent, David Noma, at 661-254-1714. That's 661-254-1714. Nationwide is on your side.
Getting set for the second half of our Bantamweight All-Star game of the PYFL at Moore Park High School on a lovely morning. Randy Rosenblum with Toy Cook. Toy, it's a 12-0 lead for the AFC. A couple big plays. What will the NFC need to do to turn these matters around?
They're going to have to come up with their own big plays, which has been pretty difficult. But they need to have a chunk play.
The NFC down by 12 points is going to be kicking off. So the AFC is going to get it first. Ramos will kick off. Noah Ramos. He's a wide receiver and kicker. And he'll do the chores here for the NFC. And the second 24 minutes is underway. Short kick. And it's recovered by the team in red, the NFC. And they recover the kick. That's a terrific start. Michael Lopez with the recovery. And down by a couple scores, you need some things to turn your way, and that's exactly what happens for the NFC.
That's what you want. You're down by 2. You need a big play. Michael Lopez, heads up, following on the ball, and giving the NFC an opportunity. Coming out of halftime, that's what you want.
And they'll start from their 47-yard line, will the NFC Stars. Rare flag. Greg Becker counting up the players. And a timeout is taken. Let's see if that penalty is still charged to the NFC. And they wave off the flag because the penalty came after the timeout.
Heads up play right there. That's why they're the head coaches.
The one negative, though, that's an expensive timeout that the NFC may need a little bit later in this second half.
And you know, the football gods always punish you for that. So that will come into play.
Would you rather take the 5-yard infraction there and save that timeout?
Well, based upon their ability to move the ball and how tough it's been, I don't know if we want to, lose 5 yards. So I think I'm going to go with the timeout because every yard counts in this game.
So you agree with Jaime Ayala's decision to take that timeout and not get victimized with the 5-yard foul?
Well, I definitely agree with your theory, which is the timeouts are golden.
Yeah, I call them a precious commodity. Here's the pitch play.
Uh-oh.
Olmonde across the 50-yard line. Of course, when you have a running back like Devin Olmonde, you're always in the hunt.
You're always in the hunt. You saw that big hole, the cutback, and J-Bo made the tackle. Had J-Bo not made that tackle, this game might be a one-score game.
J-Bo Wilson is the young man you're alluding to, who has been great both offensively and defensively for the AFC in the dark uniforms. 2nd down and 5. Quick hitter. James blanks into the middle of the line. Wilson with the stop. 1 minute into the second half.
Nice little dive play there.
And a first down for the NFC. 2 5-yard rushes. That'll get the job done. Move the sticks. That's what the NFC wants to do in this third quarter. Olmonde is the deep running back, and he takes the pitch, but her flags are down. That's a procedure call, false start.
Yeah, the receiver at the top of the field got a little happy feet. They're holding them to a higher standard.
Joey, we saw a very clean first half. No flags really at all.
A very, very clean flag. Who's ever coaching these kids, these coaches included, have done a good job. I guess that's why they're all-stars.
And that's what makes it so amazing. All-star teams with few penalties in the first half. Charles Mason is checked in, number 15 for the Red.
Randy, it's actually a miracle.
It really is, because it's so tough to coordinate. Ooh. Omonde is dropped for a loss. Terrific penetration by Addison Adams, who's had a big game for the AFC. Now, the quarterback is Charles Mason. I mentioned he's checked in. He's a bigger young man with a strong arm. Played for the Moore Park chapter, and he can also play some defensive end for you. So you have a quarterback who's also a defensive end, so you can't question his toughness.
You cannot question his toughness. And Cyrus Cope, number 66, making that big tackle.
Second down and very long. Omonde, and he'll reverse it. Menendez carrying it on the reverse. That's Victor Menendez, who plays running back, wide receiver, and linebacker. So when you put him out on the flanks, he's certainly capable of carrying the football.
Yeah, and nice play by Alan Blaylock, number 0. That looked like it was going to be a pretty big play right there, making an open field tackle.
Yeah, Blaylock showing his skills to snuff out the play. Third down and 14. Delayed pitch to Omonde.
Uh-oh.
And Devin breaks tackles. And Omonde gets it down inside the 45 to the 42-yard line, where he ran into the familiar Jabo Wilson. Boy, Jabo has been all over the football field today, number 34.
Side to side, front and back. All that is predicated upon his defensive line play. You know I love talking about the defensive line.
We'll see if Mason Charles throws for the first time today and is the quarterback. Pony Maria was the quarterback in the first half. Now it's Mason Charles. It's 4th down and 8. 8:10 left, third quarter. 12-0 AFC on defense, leading. Omonde again. The ball's going over on downs as the AFC defense is just too good. Coming up was Dylan Marchant.
Yeah, and Cyrus Cope getting penetration, forcing Omonde back into the traffic. You know, Randy, I think you said it earlier. I think the team that can pass the ball is going to probably have the better opportunity in this game, because they're playing pretty tough defense, and it looks like the only way you're going to be able to move it is throwing it in the air.
And that really hurts the NFC. Let's be candid. They get the opportunity. The ball bounces off the up man on the kickoff. They get great field position, and they can't capitalize. And that's just a credit to the AFC defense.
True. Excellent job. Because at that point, I think, you know, it'll be interesting. I think at this point, you got to cut it loose.
Just a glorious day in Moore Park, California in the 8:05. Counter. Marchant handing the football off to Blaylock. And he cuts it back up to the middle. Ran into Isaiah Navarro. But a good effort by Blaylock.
Nice effort. Good job by the defensive players. Penetration every play. Tough to run on this.
But that's the kind of yardage, if you're the AFC, you love. You're looking at 2nd down and 4. You're controlling the clock. You have the lead. You hand it off. You got a bevy of running backs. This is Mario Smith, who had that electrifying 71-yard touchdown gallop in the first half. You have these different backs, and you really, if you're the AFC, you can control the football game.
You can control the football. Connor Garcia, number 57, in on that tackle.
3rd down and 2, and you have 2 downs to pick up 2 yards if you're the AFC. 6:30 left in the third quarter, and a 12-0 lead for the AFC in the black uniforms. Marchant is the quarterback, number 4. And he hands the football off. Kevin Johnson is cut down for a loss. Trent Payne scissoring through to make the stop.
The House of Pain.
Well, they had 2 downs to pick up 2 yards. The chore just got a lot more difficult. It's 4th down and 7.
That was painful. Versus painless.
I want to see how far you take this.
I'm looking through a window pane.
Here's a pass on fourth down, incomplete. The dart intended for Noah Gonzalez. And it's going to go back to the NFC. So they're going to take over here in terrific field position. That was a mandatory, huge stop for the NFC.
I believe 1,000% that you are correct, Randy, because they don't get to stop. And you know they're running the ball, so the clock is moving. This is their opportunity. I think you got to get a score in this quarter and then hang on for the fourth if I was coaching.
And they have a chance to win the game in that the AFC failed on its extra point opportunities. So a couple touchdowns, you'd think you get one on a PAT, you got a great chance to win the game. So this is by no means over for the AFC, although outstanding defensively. Well, let's see what the NFC on offense in red can do. They put the ball on the ground, and that's not what you want to happen on your first play from scrimmage of this new series of downs. James Blanks left the ball behind him, but smartly fell on it.
And it looked like Dylan Larson on the tackle.
Timeout taken by the NFC. 5:14 left in the third quarter. The AFC leads 12-0. This is the Bantamweight PYFL All-Star Game. Second down, 14 to go for the NFC. Olmonde, no gain. We go inside of 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Another critical third down for quarterback Mason Charles. There's your guy, Addison Adams, making another stop.
Double A battery.
He may adopt that as a nickname. That's pretty good.
Right?
I think you've coined Addison Adams. Huge third down play. Ball's on the ground. It's going to stay with the red-clad NFC, but they're very fortunate that Zavon Newsom recovered it.
And J-Ball once again. Here comes the punt.
Yeah, that negates a great opportunity, though. And on fourth down and 20 yards to go, you got to punt the football.
Fourth and 15. Fourth and 17. I think you got to punt it too. How much airtime do you think we're going to get on the punt?
2.8 seconds.
2.8 seconds.
You want to guess? There's a guess.
Here we go.
1, 2, 8.
8.
2.8.
Right there. Well, you can pick that up.
So the AFC will start from its 38-yard line. Life is good if you're an American Football Conference All-Star supporter. They lead by 12. They have the football. The NFC has had their opportunities, though, here in the third quarter. But the defense of the AFC, J-Bo Wilson and company, has been spectacular.
Yeah, their whole team, Addison Adams, Double A battery, and Braden Hampstead, and that whole defense has made it really tough on the AFC All-Stars, or NFC All-Stars, I should say.
Ball between the 38 and 39, really closer to the 39-yard line for the AFC as they start this series of downs. Blanchard. That's a nice tackle as he can't turn it upfield. James Blanks with a nice stop when it looked like Damon Blanchard was going to have a huge opportunity to run it upfield.
Yeah, excellent job by James Blanks maintaining leverage and holding that, because it looked like early on that was going to be a big play. Good job by James Blank bringing him down.
James is 10 years of age. James Blanks plays defensive end and running back. 2nd down and 9. Another pitch play.
Ooh.
Ball's on the ground again. NFC recovery. Maybe that's the break that'll turn the tide toward the NFC.
Yeah, that's the play you're looking for. Ball ends up on the ground. Looks like Vertus Bain might have fumbled that. He looked a little upset coming off the field. It happens, but let's see if they can take advantage.
The NFC has played this third quarter, and we have 2.5 minutes left in it. In the AFC side, between basically the 50 and 40-yard line, here they start from the 38. So they've had terrific field position, but again, can they dent? Can they crack? Can they find a fissure in this AFC defense?
Fissure is going to be difficult, I believe.
A cavern, perhaps.
I think it's more of a cavern.
Olmonde, who's been the workhorse. That's a great cut, but unfortunately for Olmonde, after he gains 5, there's a yellow hanky behind the play, and there's probably a hold against the NFC. Now, Olmonde took it down to the 35-yard line. Here's your vital call. It is a hold. And as we surmised, that play is wiped off the books.
Unfortunately, because I think he got about 4 yards on that run. Wow.
Takes it all the way back to the 49-yard line of the AFC. And this really changes your play calls. I mean, they have not had the passing game. There's been an absence of the throwing game. So you try to do maybe something in the trick plays with a reverse. You see any of that? Maybe a flea flicker type of play?
I think my focus right now is just trying to get 10 yards. And that would be a chunk play for them right now. 10 yards. They've averaged about, 5. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that walk-off was a little bit
Thank
too
you.
much.
I was like,
A little bit of confusion on where the football should be stationed.
well, for the referees, and everyone's like, it shouldn't be that difficult, but they got 3 sets of rules in their heads. They got the Bantam division, and then they have high school, college. You mix in the pros, that's over 1,000 rules you have to memorize. So this looks a little bit better.
And it looks more manageable because
Yes.
it's a spot foul, so it's 1st and 15. First down and 15 yards for the NFC at the 44-yard line of the AFC. That's a nice job. One of the rare times they didn't go to Olmonde. That was McCormick, the other two. David McCormick knifing downfield. Finally trapped and brought down by Mario Smith.
Nice play by McCormick. Cutting back, getting low, maintaining its balance, and getting where they would have been.
I got a tough question for Toy Cook. With a little bit of a timeout here, Toy. This one's going to be taken by the defense. We'll stay here for the moment. I want to know, when you witnessed a game, called or watched, where one team had 2 number 2s in the backfield.
I haven't seen that. I believe Stanford has 2 number 2s, Trent Irwin on offense, and then a number 2 on defense. But
in the same backfield.
that I've never seen.
We'll step out. Minute 3 to play, the third quarter. Can the NFC come back? They trail the AFC by 12-0. Final minute of play in the third quarter. The NFC looking at 2nd down and 7.
They have to get this first down. Uh-oh.
McCormick is buried. Jabo Wilson, Vertus Bain, and others there. Marchant was in that group as well.
Yeah, Marchant, Vertus Bain. Looked like the whole defense was in.
How good is this AFC defense? Kind of like the Baltimore Ravens of yesteryear. The Bears. The 86 Bears have nothing on this AFC defense.
Well, we have to stick, the Bears were in the NFC, but we can go with, like, the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm talking overall. Best of all time.
Oh, yes. You're correct, sir.
Omande is trapped. Fighting hard, but Devin has nowhere to roam. He was in jail, and Scott Morris had the keys to the jail and locked him up. And that will end the third quarter.
Scott Morris of the Warriors.
So after 3 quarters, it remains the AFC in this Bantamweight PYFL Game 12, the NFC nothing. We'll have that final 12 minutes for you in just a moment.